There comes a time in every soul's journey when the world says, you can't. When the weight of their failure and doubt wraps itself around your dreams like chains forged in silence. But I'm here to tell you, chains can be broken, and fear, it only has the power you hand it. What if you woke up and acted as if nothing, absolutely nothing, was impossible? What if you didn't wait for proof, for permission? What if you believed with the fire of the stars and the certainty of the sunrise that what you carry inside you is stronger than anything that stands before you? You see, history isn't shaped by the people who waited. It's shaped by the ones who walked forward. Why the world told them to stand still. And today you're going to remember what you're made of. Not excuses, not limits, but power, grit, and faith so loud the universe itself has to move aside. So break deep and listen closer, because after this moment, the word impossible will never sound the same again. Let me know if you want it extended into a full cinematic narration or turned into a video script. Your belief is the blueprint of your reality. Fear is a story. Rewrite it. Act first, confidence will follow. Obstacles are tests, not stop signs. Nothing changes until you move like it's already yours. Your belief is the blueprint of your reality. It is not just a phrase, but the foundation on which every outcome in your life is built. Before anything becomes tangible, before success shows up, before progress takes root, it first exists as a thought, a conviction within you. The world you experience, the things you achieve, the way you react to challenge or opportunity, all of it flows directly from what you believe is possible for you. If you believe the world is limited, unfair, or rigged against you, you'll find evidence to confirm it in every corner of your life. Not because it's inherently true, but because the mind is built to prove itself right. That's the trap. You start seeing walls instead of windows. You see failure as final instead of feedback. Your brain isn't looking for the truth. It's looking to validate what you already accept as real. So when you shift your beliefs, you change your entire relationship with possibility. Acting as if nothing is impossible isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment. It means you're within yourself, that you will no longer be the one standing in your own way. It means you've stopped waiting for proof that things can happen and started being the proof. When your belief becomes unshakable, your actions follow. You start speaking with conviction. You walk into rooms differently. You take bolder steps, not because you know exactly how everything will work out, but because you trust that belief will lead the way. Belief doesn't guarantee the path will be smooth, but it does guarantee that you'll keep moving forward when others stop. It gives you resilience in uncertainty, and purpose when things get hard. People who achieve extraordinary things don't have perfect plans. They have powerful beliefs. They see opportunity in failure. They see growth in pain. They don't just hope things will get better. They expect it, because they've chosen to believe they are capable of more. Your belief system is your internal GPS. It sets your direction. If it tells you what's worth chasing, it's limited, your goals shrink. If it's expansion isn't just mindset work. It's your mission. You can't build a skyscraper with the blueprint of a shed. If you want more out of life, you have to believe you're worthy of more, and that it's within reach. Every single breakthrough begins with belief. Change what you believe and everything around you begins to shift. That's the power. Fear is a story. Rewrite it. Most people treat fear like it's a fixed truth, something solid and immovable. But the truth is, fear is made of words, memories, assumptions, projections. It's a story your mind tells you to protect you from pain, rejection, or failure. And like any story, it can be edited, challenged, and completely rewritten. You were not born afraid. Fear was taught. You learned it from experiences that hurt, from people who doubted, from failures that left scars. But just because a story has been repeated doesn't mean it's accurate. And it certainly doesn't mean it has to be your future. Fear thrives in silence. It grows stronger every time you avoid what scares you. Every time you accept its voice as the final authority. It whispers things like, you're not ready, or you're not good enough, or what if you fail and everyone sees? And because the voice is internal, you assume it must be telling the truth. But here's the reality: fear is just a signal, not a sentence. It's information, not a prophecy. You get to decide what the fear means and how much power it holds over you. Rewriting the story of fear starts by noticing the script. What is fear telling you right now? That you'll be embarrassed. That you're not qualified. That you'll lose something. Once you name the fear, you weaken its grip. Because the second you expose it to light, you see it for what it is, just a collection of thoughts pretending to be facts. And if you can observe your fear, then you're not your fear. You are the author, not the character trapped inside the chapter. The people who grow, the ones who break through limits and do things that once felt impossible, are not fearless. They've just learned to question the fear. They've learned to move forward even when it's uncomfortable. They treat fear like a background noise, not a command. They understand that if fear is a story, then courage is the rewrite. And every time you take a step despite the fear, you are editing the narrative. You are creating a new experience that directly challenges the old belief. You're not here to live a life written by fear. You're here to write a new kind of story. One where fear is present, but it doesn't lead. One where discomfort is a sign of progress, not danger. One where your actions are shaped by your vision, not your doubts. The more you walk through fear, the quieter it becomes. And eventually, you'll look back and realize that the thing you were most afraid of was never as powerful as you imagined. Your story isn't finished yet, and fear doesn't get the final word. You do. So take the pen back, edit the lies, rewrite the limitations, and remind yourself that you are not here to be held back. You're here to rise. Act first, confidence will follow. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. They wait to feel ready, hoping confidence will show up like a visitor knocking at the door. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes because of it. You build it by doing, by stepping into discomfort, by showing up when you're unsure, scared, or doubting yourself. Every brave move you ever made started with a leap, not a guarantee. And in that leap, you learned. You grew. You found pieces of yourself that never would have surfaced if you'd stayed still. The mistake is thinking you need to feel confident before you begin. That mindset keeps people stuck for years. They overthink, analyze, and plan until their dreams feel like burdens instead of possibilities. But clarity is a result of action, not a requirement for it. If you wait until you're sure, until you've eliminated all doubt, you'll never start. You don't gain confidence by sitting on the sidelines. You gain it by entering the arena and taking the hits. Knowing each one is shaping who you're becoming. Action is how you prove to yourself that you're capable. Every time you take a step, no matter odds or no, you collect evidence. Evidence that you survived, that you learned, that you didn't fall apart. Those small victories over time stack up. They change your internal dialogue. What once dialogue, "Can't do this," begins to sound like, "I've handled worse." That shift in self-talk isn't magic. It's earned. It comes from showing up again, even when fear is loud. Confidence is built like a muscle. You have to exercise it. You have to stretch into moments that make your heart race and your stomach twist. You have to say yes when your instinct is to back away. Not because you know exactly what you're doing, but because deep down, you trust that you'll figure it out. And here's the secret: most people you see who look comforting are just people who failed more often. They didn't wait to feel perfect. They practiced until the doubt quieted. Obstacles are tests, not stop signs. Life will challenge you, that's a guarantee. But too many people see challenges as final judgments, as if one setback means they're not meant for more. The truth is, every obstacle is an invitation. It's a test to see how much you're willing to grow, how committed you really are, and how deeply you believe in your own potential. It's never just about the problem in front of you. It's about who you become as you face it. The difference between people who rise and people who retreat isn't that one group has fewer problems. It's that they see the struggle differently. They don't treat difficulty as proof that they should quit. They treat it as a chance to learn, to strengthen their resolve, and to sharpen their focus. When life throws resistance in your path, it's not always trying to stop you. Sometimes it's trying to prepare you. Prepare you for something bigger. Prepare you for who you need to become in order to carry what you've been asking for. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're stretched, pushed, and challenged. That discomfort you feel when things don't go your way, that's not a sign you're failing. It's a sign you're being forged into someone stronger. Pain is a powerful teacher. If you're willing to sit with it and ask, what is this here to show me? Because every obstacle contains a lesson, and those lessons don't come when everything is easy. They come when you're forced to dig deeper than you ever thought you could. The moment you decide that obstacles are part of the journey, not detours from it. You reclaim your power. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what can I do with this? That question changes everything. It shifts your energy from victim to creator, from helpless to resourceful. And when you operate from that mindset, even the hardest seasons of life start to serve you. Not by rebuilding the challenge, but by building your capacity to overcome it. Look back on your life. Think about the moments that made you who you are. They weren't the easy days. They were the ones that tested you, the ones that forced you to rise when everything in you wanted to give up. And you're still here. That means you passed. That means you're stronger than the obstacle. So when next challenge comes, and it will, don't freeze. Don't retreat. Remember what it is, a test. A test of your patience, your persistence, your belief, your creativity. And when you treat it as a test instead of a stop sign, you grow through it, not just go through it. That's how resilience is built. That's how confidence is earned. And that's how you keep moving forward when life tries to hold you back. Nothing changes until you move like it's already yours. That mindset shift is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Most people hesitate, waiting for signs, waiting for permission, waiting to feel worthy. But life doesn't respond to hesitation. It responds to energy, intention, and conviction. When you begin to move, speak, and act like the thing you want is already a part of your life, the world around you starts to shift. Not because you're pretending, but because you've chosen to lead with belief instead of fear. You can't chase your goals with doubt and expect them to stick. You can't tiptoe toward your vision and expect to command results. The universe, the people around you, and even your own subconscious mind take their cues from how you show up. If you move like you're unsure, you create more uncertainty. But when you carry yourself like the outcome is inevitable, you trigger momentum. Confidence is magnetic. Certainty changes rooms. And faith, real, embodied faith, moves things in ways logic never could. This isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment. It's about understanding that you are not waiting for something outside of you to validate your journey. You are stepping into the version of you who already owns that life, that dream, that goal. Think about the person who already has what you want. How do they walk? How do they speak? How do they think and respond to pressure? Start becoming that person now, not later. Now, because the world responds not to what you say you want, but to who you are being consistently. Who are don't just wish, they walk. They operate from a place of identity. They don't say, I hope this works. They say, this is who I am now. That identity shift is everything. You think, less and change from a mindset of lack. You create it by stepping fully into abundance, into worth, into power, even if the evidence isn't there yet. You move like it's already yours, and the evidence chants up. His shift also eliminates the need for constant validation. You're no longer looking around to see who approves. You're not asking for a map. You're choosing the direction and walking with purpose. That posture creates trust, not just in others, but within yourself. Because every step you take from that place reinforces a new belief that you are enough, that you are capable, that you are ready now. Not later, not someday, but now. You already have what it takes. The gap isn't in skill, or time, or opportunity. They were never permanent. You are not here to tiptoe through life, held back by fear or doubt. You are here to expand, to rise, to lead, to transform. And none of that happens by waiting. It happens when you act like the future is already yours. When you rewrite fear into fuel. When you understand that confidence is not a requirement, it's a reward for your courage. Obstacles will come. Let them. They are not there to defeat you. They are there to reveal you. To show you your strength. To carve out the deeper parts of your character. When the path gets hard, don't stop. Don't shrink. Don't question your worth. Move like you've already won. Walk like you're already equipped. Speak like your vision is already real. Because every time you do, you reinforce a new truth. That you are not average, and your life is not meant to be lived in hesitation. You were born to stretch the definition of what's possible. You were built for the bold steps, the uncertain leaps, the late nights, the hard choices, and you're still standing. Not by accident, but because there's more for you. So take the doubt, the fear, the resistance, and use it. Let it sharpen your focus, deepen your hunger, and clarify your mission.